Okay, guys, we are starting on Little Birch Tree.
All right, you ready? Little Birch Tree. Everybody listen up. One of the things that we're gonna start working on, and I wanna let you know about, at UIL, we have an hour-long period of time that we will be standing. We have 20 minutes of sight reading. Then we go, 20 minutes of warm-up. Then we go straight from the warm-up room to the stage where we stand for 20 minutes for our concert. Then we go straight from the stage to the sight reading room where we stand for 20 minutes for sight reading. There is a possibility that in between the stage and sight reading portions of our evaluation that we will have a little bit of time to sit in the hallway before we go into the sight reading room. If we have that opportunity, of course, I'm gonna say, okay, everybody take a load off, sit down, rest up. But my first few years of teaching, I underestimated the amount of energy that it was gonna take out of my students to stand for that period of time, okay? It was something that I didn't plan for. So now, I slowly work us up to where we're standing almost the entire class period for that very reason, because I don't want the standing for long periods of time to be the reason that you can't focus and concentrate. We've got to train for it just like we train for everything else, okay? So eventually the chairs are coming out of the room, the whole bit. But I want you to understand why we're gonna start standing more and more and more throughout the class period. It's because I don't want you to be so exhausted by the time we get off the concert stage that you can't focus and concentrate for sight reading. Because sight reading takes more focus and concentration than all of the rest of them combined, right? So we've got to start training for all the standing that we're gonna have to do at UIL. An hour's worth of standing is a lot of standing, okay? So we're gonna start working our way up to where we're standing for longer and longer periods of time so that we're standing for almost the whole entire class period by the time we get to UIL. Because our class period is 45 minutes long. So we're still not even gonna be standing as long every day as we will at the real deal. But we've got to work our way up to it. Yes, we've got to work our way up to it. Did you ask if you could go to the bathroom?
No, I said I feel bad for the people that have to do part of their period. They have to stand.
Well, we won't be standing the entire class period for them, but yes, they actually get to train for the full hour, right? But, I just wanna let you know that is something that we're gonna be working our way up to and building up to because there really is a need for it. And I just remember my first several years of teaching, I was like, why are these kids so exhausted after we get off the stage? Because I'm a school teacher. I stand on my feet almost all day long, every single day. And so it wasn't a big deal to me, but you guys don't do that at school. So, it finally like dawned on me like, oh my gosh, they're exhausted because they've been standing so much longer than they're used to. So now we work this into our preparations for UIL. We gotta learn to stand for long periods of time so that it's not so taxing that by the time we get to the sight reading room, our brains aren't working anymore because we're tired of standing, okay? So, here we go. I'm gonna give you a quick sit break, and then in a couple minutes, I'm gonna ask you to stand back up, okay? All right, so here we go. Little Birch Tree. Do you have a question, Miss Kendall?
How long will we get going on for?
The whole process takes an hour. We'll probably be there in total an hour and a half, an hour 45. It just depends on the schedule. Yes?
Where is UIL?
It's gonna be in Mesquite ISD. I don't remember which high school in Mesquite, but it's close. It's not that far away.
North?
I don't think it's at North. I don't remember though. It might be at North. Yes.
Well, how long will we, when will we get home since we have choir in sixth period? When do you think we'll get home?
I don't know. I don't have the schedule yet, so I have absolutely no idea what time of day we'll be singing, so I can't really answer that question, and I won't get the schedule for several more weeks. We could be leaving at 9:30, we could be leaving at 1:30. I don't know.
Okay.
But it should be sometime in the middle of the school day.
Hopefully 9:30
Okay.
so I can miss
So
out.
here we go. Sit up nice and tall. This is your sit break, so take advantage of it because we won't have much more sitting. Okay, so here we go. Little Birch Tree.
Breathe. it's starting.
Thank you. When we get to the bridge, see the leaves are dancing. And then we have dancing, no, I'm getting this. Dancing, no. Okay, you're running out of air, right?
It's easier when we're standing up to sing the song.
It is, but here's what I want you to do. The first set. See the leaves all dancing. I want you to make it through in one breath. The second time through, stagger breathe as much as you can before. Dancing now. So that you're full of air for the now. So that you have plenty of air to push through and make that note beautiful. Yes? Can you do that for me? Also, whenever we get to that bridge part, it's supposed to be forte, right? It's supposed to be kind of the climax of the song. And then the third verse reinforces that climax, right? We're continuing it, and then we start backing off from there, okay? Because remember, we have that beautiful dynamic arch in this song. We start off piano in the first verse, the second verse is mezzo forte, then we get to the bridge, it's forte, the bridge in the third verse are forte, the fourth verse is mezzo forte, and then we're back to piano at the end, so it does this total arch, okay? So I want to make sure that we are portraying that all the way through the song. So what I want, how many of you know who Miss Wimpy is? Who is she?
She's a Spanish teacher.
She is, she's a Spanish teacher in her classrooms. Yeah, holla. Okay, so today whenever you leave and you see Miss Wimpy, she's at the very end of this hallway on the left. She's really cute, she has blonde hair. Okay, I want you to be like, holla, Miss Wimpy, and she'll be like, oh my gosh, shut up. Did Miss Ritter tell you to say that? That's probably what she'll say. Okay, so anyway, I don't really think that's how you say hola, just in case you're really, it's a joke between she and I. I thought that, did I tell you this story?
Yes.
The name
You
tag
did.
said hola, I don't know, I was like, oh, that's so cool, they say hola. No, they said,
Holla.
yeah, I was like, I know, it's just. Anyway, Miss Wimpy's room is all the way at the end of this hallway, yes? So I want your sound going all the way down to Miss Wimpy's room, all the way down, because when we're in a huge auditorium, we're gonna be singing for UIL in a massive auditorium, which you've never had the opportunity to do before. Okay, and then our judges, we're gonna be on the stage, and then our judges are gonna be sitting out in the audience. So you're gonna have to be projecting your sound like 100, I don't know, 100 square feet away.
Are we gonna do that?
No. They'll be about midway through in the auditorium.
Why?
Because that's the way it's done. So, some auditoriums have fantastic acoustics, some do not. The auditorium that we have at our Performing Arts Center here in Rockwall, man, it has the most fantastic acoustics of any home auditorium I've ever had the ability to sing in. It is so great, even for middle school singers. Some of the other auditoriums and areas around here, not so much, okay? So, we're gonna really have to work to send our sound out to our judges. So I want you to focus, I want you to laser beam your sound out to the end, to Miss Wimpy's room. I can't talk. I keep stumbling over my words. So you're gonna laser beam your sound all the way down to Miss Wimpy's room this time when we sing it. Are you ready? So everybody stand up, little bird tree again. Laser beam.
You can hear it in Miss Hatton's room. Well, you can't hear it sing, you can hear the piano and like kind of a sing, but you can hear it.
Even with my massive office,
Yes.
everything.
It's like kind of annoying.
I'm sure Miss Hatton, you know, she's a choir person too.
Yeah, but
I'm
she
sure
likes
some days
a
she's like,
quiet
oh my gosh.
room. Like in there, it's silent. Like nobody.
Laser beam your sound. I think you're supposed to be going, Jonathan. Is that right? Yes.
Silver for
that there are a lot of you doing. You are moving. You're feeling it in your body, what we're doing. And I can tell you that as a singer, that is one of the most effective ways to really emote to your audience. And as a judge, when I see a choir that's not afraid to move a little bit and feel the music, it really just warms my spirit, because I'm like, they're feeling this music, they're giving it everything they've got, so I want you to keep that up. Don't ever be afraid to move a little bit. Like somebody that moves a little bit while they sing, they're more interesting to listen to, right? So don't feel, I know middle schoolers, I remember it so well, you just feel so self-conscious about every single thing that you do, right? When you're in here, if you're feeling it in the music, show it in your body. That is one of the most effective ways for you to perform something. Okay, maybe not to Emmy's level, but
Emmy, take what she said to heart. If you feel self-conscious, just let it go. Move with the music.
move with the music.
You need to
Yeah,
move.
you don't need to be afraid
Go
to move.
over beyond Emmy's level.
All right. Now, how did you feel on the little bridge part, getting your breaths? Did you find a good spot to breathe? Yes. And then you got to the. It was way bigger that time. So let me see if I can figure out how to. Let's just start from the beginning again, and we'll get there. Okay. From the beginning one more time. Here we go. And good job on laser beaming your sound. Are you laser beaming your sound? You should be. Here we go. Ready? Big breath.